I think in the past, more than anything, I've appeared to be confident. And to be fair, fake it till you make it does work to an extent, but for me, I felt like when I followed this advice, I didn't really feel confident internally. And what I mean by internal confidence is the kind that you get when you have gratitude, or you're just present in the moment, or you help someone else, or you practice and train and get better at something. I find it really hard to be present. I try and meditate every day, but I find myself conflicted between what I'm gonna eat next and how those motherfuckers at Virgin Media ripped us off. So yeah, I feel like I have a problem with distraction, but I really do see the value in it. And I think I really saw the value of this practice when I went to India to live there for, well, not live there. I traveled to India for 3 months. So a few years ago, I saved up all my money to go traveling, and I decided to go to India. First of all, I was just completely overwhelmed with how chaotic it was. You would share the streets with like cows, people, motorbikes, scooters, buses and elephants. So it was already completely mad, and I knew nothing about the culture, and people didn't understand me. So I had no choice but to constantly be in this sort of fight or flight situation, and especially when I got really sick with Delhi, and whilst I was there, I had no choice but to be completely present, to be completely there and enjoy every single moment. And I can never really remember feeling particularly scared about the future or how bad I was feeling. I just have these really fond memories of this really beautiful place that I hope to go to again one day. So after my trip, all I wanted to do was get back that feeling of presence, of living in the moment and enjoying my life to the fullest extent again. But obviously life isn't always as exhilarating as 3 months in India. So my way of feeling confident when I'm not traveling the world is by expressing myself. And I remember when I was a kid, I was a really confident kid, and I think that was because I was always expressing myself with like my Lego or my trains, and then making little stop motion videos on YouTube. I always felt confident because I always had this thing that made me me, until I remember being about 14, 15, around that age, when I wasn't making those videos. I had nothing going for me other than the fact that I jumped off a motorway bridge into a river once, and I was exceptional at Grand Theft Auto. Somewhere along the line, I figured out that I was only ever going to be happy if I was doing what I love, so I decided to go to uni to study filmmaking. And at uni, I've had so many opportunities to express myself, and the past 3 years, even though COVID has like really messed things up, the past 3 years have been so much fun because I've just relentlessly been expressing myself. Every time I work on a new film, I feel like that 5-year-old kid who just figured out how to make his trains move again in stop motion. And this might just sound like a really confident person talking about how wow, confident I am, but I'm really not. I deal with like crippling self-doubt all the fucking time and obsessive thoughts in my brain that I just can't get rid of. So I think when I feel that way, I just know that I have to take action, because I know what the things are that make me happy, and I want to do more of them. Imagine being nervous asking someone out, and then imagine just being really thankful for your shoes and that nice tree over there and how it blocks out the sun just enough to keep you cool but not enough to make you cold, and the barista who served you a coffee earlier and where the coffee came from, you know, those beans that were carefully looked after and harvested and grown way on the other side of the world, and the effect that the coffee is giving you and making you feel really happy and awake and ready to go and do the thing that you wanted to do, go and ask out this person. Just really going into depth about all these wonderful things about life, and realizing how lucky each and every single one of us are, maybe even just to live in this country, in one of the safest places in the world, with access to clean drinking water and the internet and warmth and food and money. There's so much to be thankful for that we just forget sometimes. We get so trapped and stuck and consumed by the thoughts, but if we can stop and be grateful for a situation, even just for a second, then you can feel a little bit more confident about what's happening right now and a little bit less anxious about the things that are going on inside your head. This advice is really for situations with immediate nervousness. It's not for situations where you might have generalized diagnosed anxiety, because obviously 1 minute of gratitude isn't just gonna KO mental illness, and we all know that things are never that simple. But if you are just needing a little extra boost to help you smash a certain situation, then that's great, because then maybe you can smash it, or your crush. When I was, I think, 15, I went ice skating with my school. My friend Nathan was real good at ice skating. He went a few times a week and was even teaching children on the weekends. I had never been ice skating, so he said that he would show me. Nathan probably gave me some really good advice, but I thought that all I needed to be good was confidence. So I was gonna run straight out onto the ice and be amazing. I strapped on my boots and with Nathan was the first one onto the ice. For a minute, Nathan was so proud of me, but I think part of him knew what was gonna happen next. I got one step onto the ice and almost cracked the rink with my head. I woke up on a bench beside the rink a half an hour later. Luckily I was fine, maybe a little bit of concussion, but I missed out on ice skating because I was confident without the competence. I don't get to go very often now, but when I do, I love to go ice skating. And I wouldn't have enjoyed ice skating as much as I do if I hadn't failed horribly a couple of times in the beginning. We live in a world where we expect everything right now, but life is never really that simple or that easy. Sometimes you do just have to train. One of my best friends, Matt, loves training. Be more like Matt. And when you do inevitably fail, you will have learned something and gotten one step closer to that thing that you wanted to achieve. Fake it till you make it does work for some people, but I think you need internal confidence to really feel strong. Because like a phone screen without a case, you might crumble under the pressure. Stop dropping your phone.
Whoa, I fucked it.
He's broken it.
You broke it.
He's actually smashed his phone right now.
Bro, it's so fucked. Bro, it's fucked.
You broke it. Oh, Matt. Oh, that's